Hi everybody, I'm Jill and this is Jill for today. Thanks for coming into my kitchen. Well, it is autumn and I'm going to make pumpkin snickerdoodle cookies. They're spicy, they're pumpkin-y, and they are so easy to make. So let's get started. I did a few things before you showed up this morning, and I have in here 2 sticks of margarine. I always like to use the Earth Balance. I think it really does make a better baked product. So I'm going to put this on my mixer and I'm going to mix it until it's nice and light and well mixed up, and we'll be back. Bring my bowl down and do a little scraping, get some of that off the side of the bowl. I think it's nicely softened and creamed. So now I am going to add a flax egg, which of course you know if you've been baking with me, it's a tablespoon of ground flaxseed and about 3 tablespoons of water, and I let that sit for a bit till it gets a little on the what we call the gloppy side. So I've got that in there, and I'm going to add a little bit of brown sugar. And I'm also going to add some white sugar. And I will have the ingredients and the instructions down below for you when the time comes when you want to bake it. And I want to make sure about my sugar. Yes, I need 1 more 1/4 cup of the white. Alrighty. So I'm going to now continue beating this until it's very well fluffy, and we'll be back. That's looking real good. All right, I'm going to add some vanilla now. Checking my recipe there. And then I have some nice canned pumpkin. This is just pumpkin. This isn't your pumpkin mix that sometimes you'll see in the store. And if you can't find pumpkin in your vegetable department, you know, where you have all the canned vegetables, check the baking department. Many times that's where you'll find it. I know that's where I find mine. So I'm going to give this again a little bit of a spin, and then we'll be back. Oh, nice. All right, I'm going to set this aside and I'm going to bring my dry ingredients in. So what I have here is some all-purpose flour. I'm trying to get there. We go. Get you into the scene here a little better, and I'll bring the camera in a little bit better too. All right, there we are, just for you. Okay, I have some all-purpose flour in there, and I'm now going to add 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. You know, some ingredients, when you look at snickerdoodles, call for cream of tartar, but the baking soda, or excuse me, the baking powder really takes care of that need for the cream of tartar. So we have some baking powder in there, and I'm going to add some salt, 1/2 teaspoon of salt here. Just making sure about all my ingredients. I don't want to mess anything up here. That is right. And then I'm also going to add some pumpkin spice. So I've got here 1 teaspoon. Yeah. And maybe just a little bit more. Just a little bit. All right. So those are the dry ingredients, which is pretty easy. And I'm now going to give these a good whisk. Make sure everything's well combined in there. Alrighty, that looks pretty good. So I'm going to bring my mixer back in here. And now what I'm going to do, you know, it's a pretty easy basic cookie batter, and I'm going to push all of that in there without making too much of a mess, hopefully. That's the fun of baking, isn't it? You get to sometimes make a mess, and it's okay. I'm going to bring my mixer up. Now I'm going to mix this just until it is, the white is all gone, all that flour is mixed in, because it you don't want to over mix a cookie batter. So here we go, just until it is combined. And I will keep you here so you can see that place where I say, okay, that's enough. I'm not quite there yet. All right, we are almost there. I'm going to stop this and I'm going to bring it down and I'm going to scrape those sides just a little bit. Get that flour down in there. But we are really almost there. All right, just a couple of more spins around the dance floor here. Yeah, I'm going to stop right there. Now, as you can see, this is a fairly loose dough. Get my cookie, my beater out of there. I'm going to put this in the refrigerator and I'm going to let it chill up for a good hour. And if you have the time, I would say 2 hours. And I believe that's what I'm going to do, is try to squeeze out 2 hours of my day and just let it sit there. Let me give this, because right now it's too loose to, to mix into cookies. You have to put these into little balls, and this is just too soft right now. So it's going to go in the fridge. I'm going to give it a couple of hours. Let it get good and firm. That that margarine gets soft as you mix. So we want to make sure that's good and firm. And once that is ready to start forming into cookies, we will come back and get started. We are back, and it's been a little over 2 hours, and my cookie dough is firmed up very nicely. It's been sitting in the refrigerator, and we are ready to start rolling out some of this dough and making some cookies. Let's get started. All right, I have a cookie sheet or a baking sheet here, and I have it lined with some parchment paper. Parchment paper is great. Silpat, non-stick type of mat is great. I don't know necessarily oiling a cookie sheet. I've never been real fond of that. But if you have nothing else, maybe a little oil on your cookie sheet will work. And what I have here now is, let me show you this first. This is the sanding sugar. It's sugar and then some of that pumpkin pie spice, and we're going to roll our little cookie balls in there. So I'm going to set that aside here. And then here is my cookie dough, right? And it's gotten nice and firm. So how I'm going to do this here is I'm going to get myself a little organized. I'm going to take a scoop. This scoop size is about 1.5 inches across diameter here. So see, it's nice and firm. I'm going to roll it to a nice little ball, and I'm going to bring you in a little closer so you have a better view of what I'm doing. And I'm rolling it now. Do this here. I'm rolling it in that sugar so it's nicely coated, and I'm going to put it on my cookie sheet. That cookie sheet is not in a great spot, and I apologize. I don't have the director here, so I'm on my own, and I'm not all that great at this. Anyway, so I've done another little ball here. I'm going to roll it in the sugar mixture. It's there. I'm going to set it on this cookie sheet, and it does take 12 little balls. I've never had a problem with them because they will spread, but you shouldn't have a problem if they're the smaller cookie size. Now, if you go with something, one of those medium ones, which is, oh my gosh, I think it's 2 inches across. I have one of those, but I never use it for cookies. But I believe it is 2 inches across, and that will spread. So if you're using a cookie scoop that large, I would suggest maybe 8 at the most, 2 across and 4 down. So I'm going to fill up my cookie sheet. I'm going to put them in the oven, 350 degrees, and I'm going to give them about 13 minutes. I'll check them around 11. 13 usually is just kind of like the sweet spot on these cookies. I will let you know what they turned out to be in my oven. And what you're looking for is a cookie that's going to spread a little bit. It's still going to be soft. You don't want a real crisp cookie in that oven. And oh gosh, these are so good. All right, once I have a batch of these out of the oven, I'll bring it back. I love autumn. I just love autumn. Now I'm going to try to hold this plate of cookies up, and I'm afraid it's just going to slide. I'll bring it close.
Maybe I should get my mouth on the other side so it could slide in.
Go ahead, take one. These smell so good. He was out for a while and he came in and he said, "Oh my goodness, what smells so good." Yeah? Yeah? No? Yes?
They're good.
I'll take a bite.
Tastes like the holidays.
It does taste good, doesn't it? It's buttery. There's spice to it. You taste the pumpkin. The pumpkin comes on, no thanks. The pumpkin comes on at the end. It's not like hit you in the face and then all of a sudden you say, "Oh, pumpkin." Well,
I like them.
they are an awfully good cookie. And really, you saw how easy it was to pull together. And if you have some of these basic ingredients in your home and a can of pumpkin, you've got it made. I am so happy you came to visit today. I'm so happy that you got a chance to see how wonderful Snickerdoodles are during the holidays.
And I'm so happy there's a plate of cookies all for me.
He is, I know. Thanks a lot for watching. If you like it, smash that like button. I told you they like it because they smash that like button. Give us a thumbs up.
Subscribe.
Oh, God, you're so good.
I know.
Subscribe. Check out my Amazon store. And thanks a lot for stopping by.
And eat lots of cookies.
That time of
It's
year.
the holidays.
Take care, everyone. See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.